Hey, Taco Jones. Um, really don't know what I'm doing here in this space, but I know that I have a lot of good things to say about a lot of things. Um, it's not just come from a place of like bitterness or pain or something like that. It's coming from a place of like I've taken this serious for about I'll say seriously about for a year. I've taken being single and dating serious for the past year now, and I consider myself a pro dater now. Why do I consider myself a pro dater? I consider myself a pro dater because I have successfully met a woman, right, and we started a relationship that was via in-person meeting, and I've also started a relationship with someone that I've met on social media first, and then we started a relationship, and it went pretty well for a minute. So I consider myself a pro dater because I've successfully started and maintained relationships, whether we met in person or via online or social media, stuff like that. And what I learned over this time of taking dating serious is that your first step should be to set boundaries. Set boundaries, but what does that mean? For me, setting boundaries mean your non-negotiables. All right. You have to set up your non-negotiables. I'm looking over the cameras here. I'm getting used to this. Right. My phone's here, cameras there. You have to have your non-negotiables, and you don't need a mini non-negotiables, but they have to be very explicit and can be applied to any person, right? So, for example, of a non-negotiable, have a job. For me, that is a non-negotiable. Now, for some people, having a job can be a very broad thing. It can just simply mean like, well, they're currently looking for a job, they're taking interviews, so they don't really mind dating a person without a job. As long as this person is looking for a job. Now, I wouldn't talk to this person who was just looking for a job. All right, unless we're just in a talking phase. But I'm gonna keep it simple right now. Don't talk to a person without a job. That's for me. Gotta have a job. That's one of my non-negotiables. Another non-negotiable for me. This may sound a little funky, right? But man, I'm taking it serious. Health insurance. Are you dating somebody that got health insurance, their own health insurance? This may sound funny and like not practical, but like we grown. And if you're taking dating serious with someone and somebody taking care of their health is just as important to me. Like, how do you value your health? Because I'm 27, right? I'm 27 years old. I do have my own healthcare plan, right? I can't imagine dating a woman my age or older saying that she don't have health insurance. I'm like, so what you doing? Like you don't believe in going to the doctor or nothing? Like, it's a lot of questions there. I just don't. I would want to be answered first before I get into that. So two of my non-negotiables, just off the top of my head, is gotta have a job, gotta have health insurance, and like, if I start adding too many more, like it becomes too specific, and like then you'll be finding yourself dating no one, right? So your non-negotiables shouldn't be super long. These are just the things that you're going to stand on. Like a person shouldn't even go out on a date with you if they don't meet your non-negotiables, right? So, say for example, your non-negotiables are um, having no children, right? They gotta have no children, and they gotta have their own place, right? So, if that is your non-negotiable, a person that needs have no children and also have to have their own place, you cannot date a man who got a roommate, or you cannot date a woman who got a roommate. You just can't. That's technically their own place, but you said your non-negotiables was having their own place, right? And then also the second one I said was having their own place and not having kids. Having kids is, for me, it could be a non-negotiable, but I'm gonna call that more so of a standard rather than my non-negotiable, right? So when I think of standards and non-negotiables, standards can have wiggle room because you base yours to me, you base your standards based upon what that person has shown you thus far, right? So standards can change, right? Non-negotiables can't. That's the big difference, right? Your standards are your standards, but sometimes you have to bend your standards because you like someone that much, right? So a standard for me would be like a woman who enjoys cooking, right? So notice I said enjoys cooking. I didn't say that she has to be great at cooking or she's good at cooking. I just want someone who enjoys cooking, right? That's a standard for me, which means that it can differ, right? Your standard of what's good and what's bad is subjective. It can change any day. Same with a woman who can cook. As long as she enjoys cooking, I just want you to like cooking. It don't have to be, you know what, I'm gonna cook because I'm a great cook. But fuck, you like cooking. I like that. So I'm gonna roll with that. And I had to learn like that can't be a non-negotiable. Like someone's cooking expertise should not be a non-negotiable. It could be a standard though, because it can always be something that you all can work towards being better at, but should not definitely be a non-negotiable. So, dating 101, just a quick episode in. First thing you should be doing, waiting on 101. First thing you do, you set your boundaries. Once you set your boundaries, and boundaries are set by creating your non-negotiables and also creating standards. Standards can change, right? They can change, right? Standards being, like I said, enjoy cooking. All right. Another standard of yours, right? This can be a non-negotiable. This is one of those, right? Working out. Now, for some of you like me, who are former athletes, you're going to want to date someone who was probably a little athletic or used to have some type of athletic background, who likes to work out a little bit. That can be, for me, it's a non-negotiable. But for some people, they don't mind that you don't like going to the gym because they don't like going to the gym. So they can't hold that against you. So that wouldn't be a standard nor a non-negotiable for them. It's just something they got with you, right? So it's important to know.